Hello, I am going to show you how to use Storyboard that. And depending on whether or not you are a member, a student in my class where you already have a password and can join, or you do not have an account, either way, if you find where it says create a new storyboard, so these are just some of my storyboards, so I'm going to go ahead and click on create a new storyboard. Now, this program is really fun to work with. There are so many options. The different background scenes that you can choose, you just scroll all the way across and you can find just about anything that you may want for your story. And the nice thing is, if you do not see one that you have that is here, you can search. And I'm going to say desert. It's already there. Let's see what kind of things they have for desert. You can also upload pictures if you click on upload. So if I want some of these deserts, then I can just put it in here. This one doesn't seem to fit really well, but you can pull it to fit right in. Then there's the desert. You can flip it around. There's a lot of different options here you can do. You can change the color if you want. There are so many options. So it just depends on how you want it to look. You can play around with it. If you choose, now if you want this to go into the garbage, just hit X out. Maybe you just want one of these. Drag it right in. Fit it into the place there. Now on this one, it's giving me several options for the sky. I want a real light blue or maybe a darker blue. Nighttime. And you could do any color you want. Lots of different filters that you can choose from. If you need to stretch it or crop it, just lots of different options here you can play around with. I'm just going to give you the basics today. Maybe I want to add a cactus. So I just pulled that in. You can make it bigger, make it smaller, especially if it's in the distance. Maybe you want it to be a little smaller. Again, you can switch it back and forth if you want to turn any direction. Or maybe I want this one for the next scene. Now, as you can see, it's not going to fit real well. So again, just stretch it in how you need it to go, and it will fit right in. All right, so let's just say that's what we want. Again, you can explore if you want a house, type in house. You can either have regular pick photos or you can get images. From up here. Or you can upload. So if you go to Google and you want to upload something, that works also. Now we've done the scenes. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you that is not just a very little bit of scenes. You've got under scenes. You've got all of these options here. So many. And then these just fit right in. Just so many. Now that one, you'd have to remove that one because this one, let's just exit out. There we go. Okay, and theater if you want that one. And again, I have to X this out so I can get it to work there. Fits well. You can change the seats, the walls. You can change the aisle. Just gives you so many options. I love it. Now, if I want it to be night, there we go. If I want the theater lights on, don't see a difference here. Here's those options again. Let's get out of here. We'll do home indoor. Lots of different indoor options. This one has a wheelchair that goes up. That's interesting. Here's some bedroom options. And you just scroll over for all the different fun scenes you can create. Just goes on and on. It's just amazing how many scenes they have. And then we have home outdoor. So again, I'm not going to necessarily go through all of these because you can explore this. I especially like these from history. I think those are some really cool ones. Now it says edit scene. So see here, you can make it look like there's snow or rain or clear skies. I think this lights thing is a new one because there's some lights on in the window. I've not seen that before, and here's nighttime. But I've not seen the light, so that must be something new. So if I want it to look like it's raining, I'm going to just hit update, and there is my rainy scene. On this one here, edit scene, I'm going to click on that again. And if I want the chairs to disappear, that's what I would do, is click disappear. If I want the game to disappear, okay, or if I want it to be night. And again, you can change all the chairs, the rug color, the wall color, all the different colors. There's U.S. history, lots of different options there for U.S. history. And then you've got the country and rustic, the outdoors. I think these look really cool because when you do the edit the scene, let's do this one, edit scene. You could have it be rainy. Here they give you the option of sunset. So no snow on this one or nighttime. Okay, maybe I just want to update it like that and leave it. So some places they give you the snow option and others, I guess you get sunset options. Let's try this one. Snow. A little bit of snow or rain. And mythical. And also, I've never done the more option before. So I guess this is what more stuff looks like. And patterns. Okay, so characters, I want to get to characters because these are very interesting. The same thing, you have all these tabs above that you can choose: teens, kids, jobs, sports, 1900s. I always love the historical ones. And again, just scroll it over. 16 to 1800s, medieval, classical era, monsters and myths, mythology, silhouettes, stickies, and animals. And again, you can do the search results or you can upload. So I'm going to go back here to, I'm just going to go to kids so you can just see. And I'm going to put these kids in the forest here. I'm going to put him down here. All right, now let's look at him. His hair is white. Well, I don't want his hair to be white. You could either do blonde, red, brown, gray, or black. So maybe I'll do brown hair. And then his skin, there's a little peachy color. His eyes, be any color you choose. If you just go to this down arrow here, it will give you more options that you can choose from. If I want to change his shirt color or his pants and his shoes. Now, I want to edit pose. I've got all the colors I want, so let's go to edit pose. This is where it gets fun. You can either have him going to the back. Let's just see how that looks, okay? Or let's go back to edit pose. You could have him turning to the right or to the left. You can have his head tilt up, down, not down, but out a little bit, down or even more down. And you could change his face. He could be crying. Like down here, you could have the preset poses if you want a happy look or a sad look, crying. Okay, lots of different options here. So these are already preset, but if you want to do your own, you're welcome to do your own. Maybe you want him to have this look, but one arm down, okay, or both arms like that, like that. So you can change all that around and you can have him walking, or sitting, doing any of those things that you want him to do. So that's how you would do with these. Maybe he's with his dog. So I could just go to animals, and here's a dog I'm going to put in, but I want this to turn the other way. So I just come over here and let's see the image options. The dog you can have sitting or running to him or walking or laying down. And you can change the fur color. And make it smaller. Now perhaps you want the dog behind the tree. And we want to get rid of this. So now we're going to crop. I'm going to go back and show you how to do that. I went right over here and I chose crop. And you can see right where he needs to be. So you just pull it in. Let's pull it in right to the line there. He actually needs to be behind the tree. So I'm going to pull it right to the edge of that tree, and these are the different kinds of crops you can do if you want. But let's try this. Do you see how it cut it off? And now I'm just going to slide it right there. Make it a little smaller maybe since he's kind of in the distance there. But this way it looks like it's just right there behind the tree. And whoops. Don't want to move that. And okay, now I've locked this scene right here when I click the lock. So you can just lock the scene if you're having a hard time keeping it. And then there he is with this dog. But I'm going to change his arm because I think his arm should be maybe touching the dog. So that's not what I want. Let's have there. Let's see what this looks like. And his head needs to be looking down too. So we'll have his head look down, and maybe I want him to be sad. Okay, sad but kneeling. All right, we're going to just make it a little bit smaller here. And there you go. All right, so that's how you mess with the characters. If you want the character to say something, just choose one of the textables and fit it right in. And then you just click on what you want it to say. You can tilt it. You can make it smaller if you want. And you can just do it that way. Now, if you want to be able to write across the bottom, doing the, telling the little sections of the story that you want to tell, then I do want to make sure I would just clear what's underneath, but anyway, I'm going to leave it like that. So let's go to layout. All right, so you can choose to have the cell only, title and cell and description, or title, cell, and description. So unless you're going to have a title on every single slide, maybe you just want a title for the first one. Then you'll have a title for the first one, and then you can click your descriptions here. And you can add and delete cells as you need to. Update storyboard, and there I have my 6. So that's how you do that. Just go down to layout, and then from there you can choose. I don't know that you'll need shapes, but these are some other things I don't use in mine. I basically keep it to, I basically just keep it to just the characters, the scenes, and the textables. There's enough there to keep you very busy. If you want a title for your first page, like your title for the cover, then you can go to Banner and use one of these. There's some different options there. Shapes. These are the objects. I think I may have used this on mine. So now that I've shown you how to use this, I want you to, I'm going to show you what mine look like. Again, just so that you can now understand how I did what I did. So these are a couple that I've done. Saving the Liberty Bell is what you would have seen if you took the class of the story, writing a story through the eyes of an object and it narrative. So here you can see that I actually, let me just hit edit. So here you can see that I just brought in the Liberty Bell. I had to type it in. I had to find it on Google. I believe I may have typed it in up here in search and it found it for me. And so you can see how I did the characters. I changed their colors. You know, they all are basic, but then you can do what you want to change it. And then here you can see up here where I have the title and then where I've added a textable and he'll say something. I also had to crop him out. There you can see I've cropped him where it looks like he's sitting there and the father is driving the horses. Here's my little sign that I was able to write on. And then looking over here, I had to crop this one because in this story, he's hiding behind a tree and this person is going to have another one. Now I want to duplicate him. I did not show you how to do that. So what you do is you click on this right here where it says edit, and now there's two. Now that's okay because I'm going to, and they're talking to each other. So I want to reverse him, and this is fine that they look the exact same because you can always change it. So I'm going to go ahead and give one blonde hair so that it looks a little different. Maybe give him some lighter skin, and he still would have the same uniform on, but I wanted him to look a little different. And edit pose. Maybe it would be better for him to have a little bit different so it looks, maybe it looks like he's walking toward him. There. You could even make it a little shorter if you want it to look like they're, you know, different size people. All right, I think that I have covered the basics that will help you to do what you need to do. When you're finished, just make sure you hit save. Hit save and exit. Then you can come back to it if you are not finished. All right, that should do it for you. That should get you started. And if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a lot of fun working with Storyboard That. Goodbye.